name is Malika and I love to talk about movies. And today, as we're getting close to summertime, we gotta talk about a summery movie about a Hawaii trip after a breakup. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a very funny movie with lots of different actors in it, and all of them are comedians for the most part. The story is about Peter, who is a composer, and his girlfriend that he loves so much, Sarah Marshall. She's this actress, and he is actually the composer on her show. So he has to watch her episodes all the time, and then he composes the music for it. So they're this great star couple, it seems. And then he's getting out of the shower. She comes in, and she breaks up with him. He drops his towel, and they actually show everything, which is wild for movies. And he's got a very huge talent, and they kind of make a joke of this throughout the movie. I think it was just this actor's excuse to show it off, really. So it's kind of a funny scene where he is just naked, crying, upset that she's breaking up with him. So after the breakup, his friends are trying to encourage him to go out there and have one-night stands, and he does, and they're bad. And he decides to take a trip to Hawaii. But when he gets there at the desk, that's where he meets Rachel, who's played by Mila Kunis, and who shows up but his ex. Sarah Marshall walks in. Now, at the time, the only room available was this $6,000 a night suite. And what Rachel does is she sees the interaction between him and Sarah, and she goes ahead and lets him stay there for free. She just tells him, usually this room is just for Oprah, so no one's going to be there. You just have to clean up after yourself. So that's the first clue that there's a little something between those two. Now the real hilarious part starts when Aldous shows up, who's played by Russell Brand, and that man is so funny. Sarah Marshall is with Aldous, and he is a singer, and he is very out there, as Russell Brand always is in everything he's in. So of course, you're in Hawaii, you're at this beautiful resort. What are you going to run into there? Not only your ex and the guy that she's dating, but you're going to run into all these other couples. So he runs into a wedding and all these other people on their honeymoon. And there's one couple in particular that are so hilarious. It's clear that they are these Bible thumpers and they were waiting for marriage. And he is kind of this very nerdy, very unsure guy, but his wife is all over him and she's just animalistic and she wants it. And throughout the entire movie, it's very clear that they're not on the same page, and they kind of show little scenes of those two together where it's just not working out. He's like, it hurts, and she's saying, I can't even feel it. There's a lot of funny stuff that happens with those two. But during his time there, he's getting closer and closer with Rachel, who is the hotel clerk, and they end up going to a restaurant, kind of a local yokel restaurant, and he sees in the men's bathroom that there's a picture of her flashing. He tells her about it, and she's like, oh yeah, but the manager will just kill you if you try to take it down, so just leave it. I don't like it, but just leave it there. It's not worth the fight that'll happen. So the whole time, poor Peter is trying to get over Sarah Marshall, and he just keeps running into them at restaurants, when he's out surfing. There's all these different times when he's running into this guy, especially Aldous, and they actually were surfing together, and Peter realizes that Aldous is actually a really cool guy, but Aldous lets it be known that they were dating for a year before they broke up. So now he knows that Sarah was not only dating someone really quick, but they had been dating for a year before the breakup. So obviously that really upsets him. And as he's kind of hanging out and seeing the relationship between her and Aldous and seeing his new relationship starting to bud with Rachel, he's remembering all these times that weren't so great with Sarah Marshall. He's remembering, oh yeah, I didn't really like that she did that or said that or acted that way. So it's kind of like that hindsight is 20/20 thing. He's realizing how not good she was for him. And another fun aspect that is happening is we're seeing Sarah Marshall kind of realize what a putz Aldous is, and that he feels like he should be able to go sleep with whoever he wants, and he's going on tour and didn't even tell her. So it's kind of like trouble in paradise between those two. And Sarah Marshall is seeing the budding relationship between Peter and Rachel, and she's getting jealous. So at one point, She's crying over her boyfriend, and Peter comes in to make her feel better, and she starts to kiss on Peter. And this very hilarious scene happens where he can't, he can't get it up, and she's trying to help him, and she's like, oh, do you want me to use my mouth? And he's like, no, oh, yeah, go ahead and try. And of course, nothing is happening, and he's like, you know what? I think I just don't like you anymore. I think I don't like what you did to me. But that whole scene is very funny and awkward, but just a guy being a guy, like, it's not really working, and I'm not really into you, but yeah, go ahead. I'm sure a lot of guys can agree with that sort of thing. So anyways, after that very awkward encounter, he does the right thing and he tells Rachel what happened. But of course, she is very mad about it and wants nothing to do with him anymore. So the end of the trip is coming up. What he does is he goes into that restaurant, tears down the photo of her that was on the wall, gets beat up by the manager like she said he would. He slaps down the picture in front of her and then just leaves. It's kind of his way of showing, I'm going to do this for you, even though you don't want anything to do with me. I wanted to do this for you. And so she's got a little hint that maybe she was wrong and she should give him another chance. Now, towards the end of the movie, he's back at his place in LA and he is just working on himself. He is writing out this play that he was super passionate about, which is a funny part of the movie as well. It's this Dracula musical. It's this sad musical, but it's totally hilarious and very weird. And he actually doesn't like being a composer. This was kind of his passion project, so he starts working on that. And in this time, Rachel's friends are telling her he didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, it's hard to resist when she's offering that, and so you should give him a second chance. And then she gets the flyer in the mail for his play, the musical, and she decides to go. Now, this play is with puppets, and it is so very silly. But at this play, they meet up again, and I assume they live happily ever after. It's a very funny movie. It's a very summery movie with a Hawaii vacation, and it makes me want to go to Hawaii even more than I already do. I've never been, and I would love to go. I just wish it wasn't so darn expensive to get over there, but I really feel like you can't die with your money, so you should really spend it on experiences. And maybe I should just go this year. Probably not, though. Leave a comment below telling me if you have ever been to Hawaii and if it's worth the hype. I think it is. I don't think I need you to tell me that, but you tell me. Now, you may enjoy Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and you may not, but I do hope you enjoy these Movie Chat Mondays, and I hope you get out of them exactly what I want you to. I hope you give this video a thumbs up because it really helps out the algorithm, and I hope you subscribe to my channel to see next week's Movie Chat Monday. Bye.